And on the actual day, a lot of the times people might ask them to learn to play their first dance song or something like that. Is the band able to learn more than one track for the day?
It more often than not kind of depends on the band and the schedule. As a rule of thumb, we always advise that first dance songs, they are free of charge, like you were saying. It is part of the service that they offer. Our bands, they are doing weddings, especially over the summer, at least 2 or 3 times a week. They're going to have clients that are going to be requesting songs, sort of every week, be it a first dance or otherwise. So we always advise, go with the first dance song, and then if there's any other songs that might not necessarily be in the set list, they can always include that in the DJ service that the guys will offer as well.
Okay.
So at least then you're getting the music that you want to hear. It might not necessarily be through the band, but you are going to get the songs that you want heard. Some bands will be happy to learn more than one. Sometimes there can be an additional cost in this as well.
I suppose you have to factor in the time it takes for them to learn it. Not only that, to be able to do it justice, especially if it's your favourite song and it might be one that's a little bit different or out there that's not on their set. They want to make sure that they do a proper job for it. So instead of just kind of doing a basic version that they've done in one practice, they'll take the time out and rehearse it properly.
Yeah, exactly. And that's something to sort of consider, is that you don't want the band to overstretch themselves. If you ask them to take on too much, it's going to sacrifice from other areas of their performance.
Sure, yeah.
With most cases, the first dance, that's absolutely fine. Feel free to request that. If you do have 1 or 2 other songs, it's always worth asking the questions, and we can always put those forward to the band. But depending on their schedule, there might be an additional cost for the extra time needed to get those arranged for you.
What about the actual song requests themselves? Do you ever find that you have any songs that the band isn't able to do because of their lineup or anything like that?
I mean, normally it's down to this particular style of the band, so the particular genre of the song. If you have a rock and pop band sort of booked in and you want them to learn a jazz song, sometimes it's not always going to be suitable. So if you are going to put a request forward, for a particular song, just be mindful of the particular genre of that song and whether you can picture the band actually performing that live.
Yeah, because they will put it in their own style at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it could work well the other way around. If you did happen to get a rock and pop band and you asked them to do a jazz song, they might do it in the kind of cool rock and pop style.
Yeah, exactly. And it's definitely something, as long as you're prepared and you expect that, then that's absolutely fine. And it can put a little bit of a unique spin on the entertainment as well.
Sure.
So always ask the question, and we'll always be completely transparent as well in terms of what the band says in terms of the style. If they are going to have to change up the arrangement, if it's going to be more of an acoustic orientated performance, we'll be sure to let the clients know, just so you guys are aware of exactly what to expect on the day.
And what about them learning first dance songs? Do you usually find that when they learn them and actually play them on the day, they do it in a kind of lower key acoustic style, or will they do it full band, or does it depend on the song?
I mean, it does depend on the song, but quite often, first dances, it's a little bit, more of a kind of relaxed and often more intimate kind of moment. So, for bands, if it is a certain song, they might well incorporate it more into an acoustic style, just because it sets the scene a little bit better. So more often than not, if it's a song that is, going to be an arrangement where it might be a full band, they'll capture the essence of it, but it might just be a bit more of a stripped down vibe. And that'll be discussed, with you guys, leading up to the day as well.
Fantastic.